Welcome to HDTV. You now rocking with your boy. Man, that last game was good, wasn't it? Game 7. Game 7. And that goes to show us that we don't need you no more, Lebrownies. We got Donovan Mitchell. We got the Joker. We got Murray. We got not Conley, but we got Gobert and all them. We have a crop of talent, Mitchell and Murray. But Mitchell took the game over. First half, he had 2 points. And then we had to hear Stephen A. Ho, 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 ho. And I told you, they weren't going to show up. I'm like, Stephen A., shut your... I'm just tired of Stephen A. That Stephen A. just need to go sit his ass down somewhere. Just shut the hell up. Every time he talks, it just sounds like he gasping for air. They didn't do this. I'm like, dude, calm your ass down. Do you need some blood pressure medicine? Damn. Over here going crazy. I didn't get to watch the full game of the Boston game because I was at work, but I saw the full game highlights and saw some film breakdown of it. And before I get to that, I want to talk about the Jazz and the Nuggets. The Jazz and the Nuggets have two coaches who the only reason they're coaching is because they are white. That's the only reason they got their job, because they're a part of the Pink Folk Society. The PFS, Pink Folk Society. That's what they're a part of. And I see why, because they couldn't coach nothing. And then Utah finally did something I've been screaming is the trap. They finally trap. And then they're half-assing with their traps. It's like, what is y'all doing? Utah plays so terrible early on. The Nuggets looked like they were finna run away with the game. I thought they was going with it. I thought it was over. I thought the Nuggets were gonna be like, yo, man, shoot, we got this. It's over with. So it's that series to me was the best series in the playoffs as a whole. The best game, like I said, was last night when the Heat played the Bucks. That was the best game. But the best series has been the Jazz and the Nuggets. And they're showing you we do not need Lebrownies no more. He can leave. Like I said in the video about the ratings down. Give LeBron his one ring. Let him win his ring so all his fans could go with him. They need to go. Good. You could take your retarded butt with him. Go. Bye. Stay over there with him. And now we can move on to these new group of players. Jason Tatum balled today. Brown. Kimba was going off. Kimba is finally showing you guys when he has a team what he can do. He was closing down the stretch. And then Marcus Smart, who I call smart half of the time, because he'll do a play, he'll have a good game, and then he'll have like those 3-4 boneheaded plays where you like, Marcus, what the hell is you doing? What the hell is you thinking about, boy? But it showed you that the Raptors don't have anybody. They don't have a closer. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. They're winning and doing well without Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse came out. They basically were running were running their defenses. He put Boucher in a little late. He should have played him a little more. He didn't play him that much. And the supporting cast, they were stepping up. Van Fleet, those guys were stepping up. They were doing what they had to do late. They stepped up. Pascal was stepping up. But the thing is about the Celtics, I kept saying, the Celtics have 4 guys who can close the game. They don't depend on one guy. That's what I was trying to tell this guy in the chat last night. and he's talking about, oh well, the Celtics, watch, the Raptors are gonna come back and they're gonna win it and everything. And I'm trying to tell him they gonna win what? The Raptors don't match up. The Raptors don't have a guy who can close and slow the tempo down at the end. And not only that, the Celtics, they have too many bodies. Williams, number 44, he has been the MVP off the bench. Coming in, guarding Siakam, taking Ibaka, getting rebounds, making buckets, getting rebounds and making putbacks, bringing that energy. And that's what you're going to need in these next rounds. You're going to need that guy to come of the off of the bench and do their job. Tonight you saw that with the Jazz. Clarkson came off the bench. He wasn't doing well early. Second half came, he started making some buckets. That woke Donovan Mitchell up. Donovan Mitchell started playing smart. This is the difference, Westbrook, between you and Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell in his fourth, fifth year? You're in your 10th year? Donovan Mitchell was going to the basket. When those shots weren't falling, he started going for the mid-range, which didn't work. So he said, you know what, I'm going to start attacking the basket. Because if he gets fouled, he can knock the free throws down. And he could get the ball to his big man, Gobert. Now, that last play, he lost the ball. I thought he got hit in the arm, but you don't call that at the end. But the thing is, Donovan Mitchell, Tatum, all of these guys are ready to take over the game. It's time to get rid of Lebrownies. It's time to get rid of them. We don't need them no more. You just saw 2 games. Pascal Siakam is balling. Van Fleet is looking good. You got these young talents. OG Anunoby. Anunoby, that's what I call him, Anunoby. He was playing his tail off. You don't need this bum no more, man. And this is why the ratings are down, because the NBA could have been promoting these teams. People would have watched. That game we just saw with Denver and in Utah was the best series. The best series in the total than all of the series. Now, I was all over the place so far, so I hope you stayed around. If you didn't, I apologize, but I'm still going off of the game I just watched. The Denver Nuggets, what they have to learn how to do, Joker has got to learn how to play in the post more. He needs to learn how to be aggressive. He needs to be aggressive early and then start moving the ball around. When you're aggressive, the defense on the other team starts pointing traps to you, and that opens Murray up to get his buckets. Michael Porter Jr., you saw, went off, got his buckets. Jeremy Grant has been a lifesaver for these guys. And that was a great move picking him up from OKC. Was he in OKC last year or was he in Philly? I forgot. I think he was in OKC last year. Or he moved on somewhere else. And they got him from there. But anyway, Jeremy Grant, who is the son of Harvey Grant, who's the twin brother of Horace Grant, which Harvey Grant was the better player and tougher brother out of the twins. He was way better than Horace. If you don't know who Harvey Grant is, go watch old Washington Bullet games. You'll be like, okay, I know who he is. He shot the ball more. He could get rebounds. He was a tweener. He mainly was a small forward, but he could play the stretch 4. And he used to kill a lot of guys with shooting threes and bringing the power forwards from the bottom out there to guard them, so that opened the lane up. So Jeremy Grant hit some shots. Down late, his defense played a great key. Him and Torrey Craig are your defensive guys. They're going to give Paul George problems next round. Okay, Paul George, and then they're gonna give Lou Williams some problems. So the key is Reggie Jackson has got to come off the bench, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Reggie Jackson has to play well. Now, you got other guys who are good too. JaMychal Green is going to need some more playing time because JaMychal Green for the Clippers, he will be able to dominate inside and out. And he's an energy guy. And he has length for his size. Marcus Morris, I would have Marcus Morris bother Jamal Murray and switch off and be on Joker. Get in their head, push them around, do what you were doing to Luka, and you will fluster the Nuggets. The Nuggets struggle half court. If their three ball is not falling, they turn into a stagnant team. Joker is basically their offense on their offense. Murray takes his time. He's mainly a facilitator. Then when it's time for him to score, that's when he'll score. But the thing what the Clippers have to do is you have to trap Joker and you have to trap Murray. You have to do that. You have to take the ball out of those two guys' hands. Make Porter Jr. and them beat you because Porter Jr., he fades late in games. I don't know if anybody else sees that, but he fades late in games. I don't know what that is, but he fades late. He basically doesn't play well at the end of the game. He doesn't. So basically you could take him out. Harris is still getting better coming, but he was good coming off the bench. He brought energy. Morris, he's good. I mean, Paul George length should be able to bother Morris. I don't really see him just destroying stuff. If Pat Beverly is not ready, Doc needs to start Shamet and let Shamet do what he does. Because Shamet is going to be a player who could basically make some buckets. He's very tenacious for his size, and he always goes hard. That's what I love about him. Now, Montrezl Harrell should be in enough shape. Harrell has his one job. Take over the boards, play defense, get in the lanes. We need him to take Joker out the game. Zubac is going to he's going to come big. He's going to have to play better than he did this past series. He's going to have to get rebounds. He's going to have to box out better. He's going to have to really go at it with Joker because Joker when Joker decides he wants to take you off and take you to the hole, I'm going to do this, he could do it. He could do it. Joker is a more mentally stronger LaMarcus Aldridge. He's a better LaMarcus Aldridge. That's what Joker is. And his skill level is amazing. So you have to watch what they're doing. You have to watch a lot of the pick and rolls they run. They run a lot of screens for Jamal to come off and get a shot. So Kawhi Leonard, I would put him on Joker some and then put him on Murray. Him, George, Morris, him, George, and Morris, and Harrell, Zubac, all those guys have to be able to switch. Well, not Zubac, because Zubac mainly going to be down in the lower blocks. But Harrell and Morris and Kawhi and Paul George can run a four-way on those guys. And that's what's going to be dangerous. The Clippers have a deep team. The Clippers are very tough when they want to play defense. Kawhi Leonard is going to close the deal. That's the thing. Get Kawhi Leonard to the fourth quarter and let him close the deal. Paul George, you need to get your head out your ass. You need to go into the bathroom and pull your nuts from your stomach and play this series. Now, all this depression crap, you don't have a depression. You have a softness. That's what it is. You don't have a depression. You have a softness. You soft as baby tissue and baby powder, bro. Like, come on, dog. You got to play tough this series. If your shot is not on, go to the go to the basket or facilitate. Play defense, dive for loose balls, do the other things. That's what Scotty did. The one thing Scotty could do was do the little things. Because he couldn't do the big things because that's too much pressure. He'll cave in. That's you. You're Scottie Pippen number 2. So what you need to do is do what you can. The little stuff. Don't worry about the big stuff. Kawhi will close the deal. Him and Lou Williams will close the deal. When they get Beverly back, he will help close the deal. You sit your ass down and play defense, play the passing lanes, get these steals, get a block, get rebounds, do the dirty work. You are not needed this series. Because all you're going to do is choke up the joint and basically be like, man, I've been depressed. My dog died, my cat died. It's like, come on, dog, stop it. Stop it. You're an NBA player. Stop all that. But I got the Clippers winning. Got them winning the series, and I say 6. I believe they'll win in 6. And depending on the first 2 games, I might switch it to 5. But I got them going 6. Now, Boston and Toronto. Toronto has to figure out a way. This is what they have to figure out. You're going to have to take either Lowry or Van Fleet. Excuse me. I think they took one of them out. Excuse me. I think they took one of them out of the starting lineup, if I believe so. But you're gonna have to take one of them out. You gotta play Boucher and you gotta play what's the other guy name on the bench? Dang, I can't think of that guy. He's long too. So you have to put your pieces out there. You gotta put a big lineup out there. I would have Siakam bring the ball up more. Because Siakam, what that'll do, it'll fluster their defense. They won't set their defense to go to where Siakam is at. I would let him bring the ball up a little more and then attack. Because if you let Siakam attack and Siakam gets going, he could shoot you out. He could shoot the other team out the gym. He's good at scoring. He has great footwork. He just has to gain experience. He's still young. People forget he ain't been in the league that long. So, and then what they have to do is when they bring Williams in, that quick guy, you have to take Marc Gasol out. You got to bring Boucher in right when they bring that guy in. You just have to, because that guy can match Williams' his speed and his strength. Okay? Marcus Smart, you cannot have Marcus Smart go off like he did. You have to put clamps on him. You have to put clamps on him. You have to press. You have to run some traps on him. You have to find a way to make sure Smart doesn't go. Because if Smart gets hot, then boom. But what also is very keen to look at, when the Celtics were cold for a while, you guys went on a run and had a 10-point lead. You just have to sustain your lead. That's all Toronto has to do, sustain their lead. And not only sustain their lead, they have to follow detail. They have to pay attention to detail. And that's basically, you have to get tough with the Celtics. You got to push them around. You can't let them be the enforcers. You guys have to be the enforcers. Make Tatum frustrated. Make Brown frustrated. Make Kemba frustrated. Push them around. Do some extra stuff to them. Get in their face, get in their head. Let them know that they're not on your level. That's the heart of a champion. But you guys don't have that. Y'all had Kawhi last year. Kawhi took y'all out of spots where you guys should not have won. Seriously. Because if y'all didn't have Kawhi last year in the playoffs and all that, y'all wouldn't have did nothing. And for Toronto fans to say we don't need him, yes you do. you would need him for a series like this. Kawhi Leonard would close the deal, shoot over Brown, Tatum, whoever you put on him, he would have destroyed him. So that's all I'm saying. You have to know your personnel. You have to know who you're dealing with, who you're talking to, and communicate. Communication's the key. That's the thing the Celtics do best. The Celtics play defense. They communicate to one another. They're making sure one another is good out there. They're like, you good? All right, I got you here. I got you there. When they're subbing out, they're telling each other things like what's going on in the game. Same what Miami was doing. So Boston, to me, Boston has got a good team. They potentially could be great. We don't know. But what do you think about the games today? What do you think adjustments the Raptors have to make to win game 3? And what do you think the Nuggets will do against the Clippers? I think it's going 6. The Clippers winning 6. So let me know what your picks are, and I'll get back to you on it. Let's see. So basically, now that we got that, now who do you got winning Houston and OKC? Like I explained on the last video of the Miami buckets starring in Heat Wave, go check that out. I break down how OKC could win and how Houston could win. So to me, the only way Toronto can get back in this series is, to me, they just got to keep playing hard and just hoping the ball bounce their way. But they don't have a closer, man, to close the deal. And the Nuggets, they did great, but Joker has to play better. Joker has to play tougher. He has to get in that post. He has to operate. He has to open that up for his guys to cut, for his guys to get here and there. It'll be easier. And defensively, he's got to play much better. You have to go after the pick and roll. You have to make sure at the same time that the rim is protected. And then basically, that's really it. Like, I mean, the Raptors, I think they're done in 5. I said they would win tonight, but they'll probably win the next game. And then the Celtics will close it out 4-2. I mean 4-1, excuse me. But if you look at the Lakers and everything, the Lakers are going to get pushed to the finals. That's just point period blank, because they need them to push. But tonight and earlier today proved we don't need LeBron James. We don't need him no more. Let these young guys get some publicity, get some looks on the camera, be able to get to be the story and everything. Talk about them. It's like, come on, this league. You could have made a fortune out here because you had some good talent out here. So, like I said, man, who knows? But thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit the notification bell. Select all so you can receive upcoming content. If you want to listen, if you want if you basically want to donate to the page, you can Cash App Harry2. That's HARRY number 2. Again, if you want to donate to the page, you can do Harry2, which is HARRY and 2. So, you could do that. But if you don't decide to donate, just please hit the like button and then, share the video. But yeah, I got Clippers in 6 against the Nuggets. Whoever wins out of the series, OKC and Houston, Lakers are gonna win in the sweep or 5 games, and Boston's gonna win in 5 games. I said, um, and then who's the other series? The Heat and the Bucks. The Bucks, I think the Heat will win the series in 7 games. But tomorrow night I think they play. So if I were you, they're gonna play tomorrow night. So basically, I would go with the Bucks in that game because the Bucks are gonna come out. They're gonna start doing their front running thing, and the refs gonna give calls to Giannis and the team, and damn near foul out the other guys. I mean, we know what they're gonna do. But like I said, it is what it is. Thank you for listening, and we out. Live boy.